with me. Here we go then. Thursday afternoon on Radio 1. It has just gone 5 o'clock and our first guest in the studio since March is here. Afternoon to Youngblood.
Hello, you got a bass.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Buzzing, man.
I can feel it.
But I feel like I've been watching a live gig. I've been watching you for like 5 minutes through a glass window. Like, I'm watching a gig.
It's been very weird seeing you in the live lounge. And I've been here and we've not been able to interact because COVID and all that.
Dude, we're so far away from each other right now.
It's the most unfriendly welcome ever. Like, it's like, welcome. Please join us in the studio from 10 meters away.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Can you hear me?
Right, Youngblood is here for the next 45 minutes on the show, going to be co-hosting. We're going to be talking about his brand new podcast that he's done for Radio 1. It's dead good. And we're going to be playing loads of music as well. We are here till 5:45. Afternoon. Youngblood with us today to co-host. And the reason, we should say this, the reason that you're here and that you're actually allowed in the building, because we've not had a guest in this building since March. Like the first time Boris said, don't go to work, do go to work.
Don't go to work, do go to work,
the pub, do go to the pub. Go to the pub. We've not had anyone in since, but you're here because now you are a BBC colleague.
Oh, wow, a colleague.
We're just two workmates.
I know, we're just two workmates having a pint after work.
Yeah, you know.
Talking about the good old days.
9 to 5 in. But you are here because you've got a podcast on Radio 1 now.
I do, and it came out today, and it was so funny because I actually told everyone that it was coming out at 2:15 p.m. today when it came out at 2:15 a.m. last night. So I had to apologise this morning, but it was great, and everyone's like loving it. And I don't know, man, it makes me heart feel proper warm to be able to talk to everyone at home. You know what I mean? You know, everyone knows how much I love my fan base, and to actually get to ask like them questions and hear their point of view and amplify that is why I wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of talking about my point of view by now.
Yeah, because it's interesting, this podcast, because it's not like when you were a pop star, a famous person do a podcast, they'll be like, I think this about this. Whereas this, you said it's kind of like a safe space for people to come on and talk about that. Oh yeah, but it's literally warts and all. Do you know what I mean? It's literally just like no judgment,
uplifting everyone's voices. If you're going through something, if you're struggling with something, if you have questions, if you have a big grand idea that you're not sure about, like, let's talk about it and I was excited because I want like parents to listen to understand young people, and then I want young people to listen to feel less alone. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I listened to it last night, half of it last night on the way home, but then I got home too early, my tea was ready. And then I listened to the other half today, and in episode 1, which you can get now, it's you meet a girl called Ashley.
Yes.
And you have a conversation with Ashley all about her sexuality and her realising that as a teenager.
It was so crazy, like, the amount of like response we got to it. I just want to say thank you, because you basically like crashed the BBC website with the amount of like kind of submissions. But this story was so incredible to me. She's such a rock star, this girl. She came out as a lesbian at 14 and was kind of obviously like stressed about telling her family, but then she started experimenting with boys now, and she was like, was my homosexuality invalidated back then because now I'm into boys? And it was like, we were just talking about the idea that your sexuality can change, and that just be proud of being what you are. You know what I mean? And I think just like just love as much as you can. And I think it was just so interesting to me to kind of dive into that world, because it was a story and that I hadn't talked about yet, and she was just a complete rock star.
Yeah, I love that. And she had the confidence just to like open up and be proud and like talk about everything in terms of, you know, what she felt in terms of her sexuality, and not to be put into boxes, which was her mum's initial first advice.
100%. And it's just kind of like what it's like now, kind of like been in a relationship with boys from being in a relationship with girls. And it's kind of, it was just so interesting to kind of talk about, and that's what I want to do. It's like our generation has been so good at just pushing this idea that no matter who you are, no matter what colour you are, what size, what shape, what sexuality, you deserve to be equal and to be loved. And to kind of amplify that on a podcast, it's just rock and roll.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Sorry. We always get told when we're together. Energy, not volume, right?
Energy, not volume.
Energy, not volume.
Just energy, not volume.
Oh, by the way, everybody, I can see your text coming through, so keep texting.
Oh, yeah, come and say hello. 81199 is our number if you want to come and say hello to Youngblood.
I've literally got a telly in front of me, so send me a text.
Yeah, we've set him up now. You are a BBC broadcaster.
I've got my little
podcast.
desk. I've got like a little news reporter. It's like not as big as yours yet. I've got Hermes stripes.
Yeah, go on your stripes. But little desk for now. Maybe we'll get you to do Newsbeat later on. No, we won't. We won't do that at all. All right, we're going to have some Justin Bieber and then more from Youngblood after this.
BBC Radio 1 BBC
Holy.
Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, Nick Grimshaw and Youngblood there on BBC Radio 1.
Hello. Oh, bruv, look, I'm getting texts in here. It's like, hey, this is Chloe from Birmingham. What's been your favourite thing about creating the new album? Dude, I feel so professional right now.
You're being very professional on the desk. If you could see the scene right now, we'll have a video of this up later. But I've never seen you at a desk, and it's unnerving.
It's kind of weird. I'm just like, I'm at my desk. I've had a cup of tea in a white cup. I walked through an office, and it's a vibe. But Chloe, favourite thing about creating the new album? I just love connecting to all you. Like, this next album is literally like all your stories, and every single story I've heard, I've literally just put to words. So it's just it's all yours.
Well, and how has this year affected the record? Because I saw you put a thing on Instagram, I think last night or yesterday, about how it all changed over the course of the year and how the label were like, maybe it's not the year for an album.
That's the thing. It was like, what we had to do is it was supposed to come out on November 13th, but we pushed it back because it's got so mental everywhere, like all over the world. Like, I didn't. You know what I mean? I wouldn't normally think about a million different moving parts at once. But because of production houses, because of COVID and everything, it's like places across the world might they just said to me they might not get it when they would be scheduled to. And I was like, no way. That's not happening. So I'm going to push it back a couple of weeks to make sure everyone gets it, because like, everyone knows how much I love my fan base. They mean so much to me. They're not getting it late. It's like a world that we built together, so it's important to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and livid if you're a fan and you don't get it, and someone else has got it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
No way. No way.
Oh yeah, Jen's literally get back off the mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
You'll learn. Talk to me about Cotton Candy, because we're going to play this now, which is your latest single. I saw the video, and the video looks like a load of fun because you're just like rolling around.
Oh, it was
getting off with people.
Bro, I was proper. Was
that just a
snogging.
documentary?
Dude, it was
just a random day at your house.
Yeah, that's just literally just everyone's. We've been self-isolated together. It was so weird because we had to abide by movie regulations where everyone gets tested and then you have to pay people to stay in their houses after get a negative test for 3 days.
Right.
And then we were all on set and it was kind of a bit like, you can't touch me. And everyone's like, touch me. And then someone had to kiss me for a minute. And I'm pretty out there. But someone just was snogging my face. And I was a bit like, very English. Oh, thank you. Going red in that, you know what I mean?
I guess it's different when it's at work and there's a film crew and someone's like, nice, Dom, nice.
Yeah,
it's takes the romantic edge off it.
Dude, yeah, it was keep kissing him.
Yeah, you're like,
lick his face. It's
they've had the test, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
That's what I mean, so weird.
But should we play this song? This is a song, I guess all about liberation, right?
Absolutely. I think I just wanted to write a song kind of about free love and kind of sexual expression and sexuality and just that idea what we're talking about on a podcast earlier, that it's just don't put too much pressure on it. Just be free and be proud to be what you are and just love, man. Just love, man.
That's a nice message to
proper
spread.
hippie, man, isn't it?
It is a proper hippie. Let's get it on then, Youngblood. This is Cotton Candy on Radio 1.
Chicago!
Youngblood.
Yay! Hey!
And Cotton Candy there on BBC Radio 1.
Dude, that sounds crazy on radio.
It does sound really, really good, that song on the radio.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just kind of like crying.
When you make a song like that, be honest, do you drive around and listen to it loads?
Oh, dude, it's the old car test.
Right.
It's just like you kind of get out of the studio and you've been like listening to it, and then you're sick of listening to it in the studio, but within 5 seconds of being in a car, you're like, just put it on.
Just put it on.
Just put it on.
Just put it on.
Ah, man.
Hey, we're going to do Overthinkers Hotline now. And every now and then we open this up and we ask people to send in their thoughts. And they could happen whenever. But if you have a weird and wonderful thought, we ask people to send them in to us. And they want to share them with you today on the radio.
A weird and wonderful thought. Yeah, anybody just text in. Do you have any weird thoughts? Like, legitimately just like, the weirder and more bizarre, the better.
Yeah.
I actually do have one.
Come on.
Like, there's like this is absolutely abnormal. Like, this is really off the wall. Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready. This is what this is for.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. I don't know how I'm even going to start this kind of statement. All right, do you know, like, because I don't really sleep a lot, and like, kind of when you're up doing interviews and stuff, in my house with my best friends, we came up with this concept when I'm
just preempting it. Go on.
When you're really tired, I always overthink, like, why does it feel like there's a squid on my head? Like, it's like, have you got squid head today? Like, there's a squid sucking the life out of my head. Like, I'm just up in the morning and there's like some big calamari fritter just like battering me like a fish.
Do you ever have squid head? 81199. All right. Moving on from squid head, we turn to Bailey, who has sent this in for us.
All right, Youngblood, it's Bailey, and what's been on my mind is how we actually never stop clapping. It's just the time between claps get longer.
We never stop clapping.
I mean,
it's just the time between
claps gets longer. I mean, that is pretty out there. I mean, can you imagine if I know we take a pause from a clap and not many people have been clapping recently. I mean, well, for the NHS, insane, but like at a gig, like, can you imagine if someone just never stopped clapping for the whole life?
Just going
all the time. It's like, oh, that's that lad who claps. It's like, all right, it's me, Barry, working Greg's. It's going to be hard to give you a sausage roll, innit?
I can't stop clapping.
It's like,
if anyone was going to be the person who wouldn't stop clapping, it'd be you.
It'd be you. I just can't stop clapping, Ronnie. I just can't do it. Dude, this music is proper theme tune.
I love it, me.
I love you, N.E.M.
I love it. It really works. Right, Jen, up next on the Overthinkers Hotline.
So I regularly overthink the fact that teaching someone the concept of me and you is mind-blowing. Because if I were to say me, from your point of view, that's you. And if I was to say you, from your point of view, that's me. So how on earth do we get our head around that as kids? It's crazy.
I ain't got a clue what you're talking about. I mean,
I get it. You're you, I'm me.
You're you and I'm me, but if I was you and you were me, would we be we or will we be you?
Exactly. Next up, Katie.
Hi Grimmy. My boyfriend and I were driving through the countryside and we thought, imagine if you had sheep as pets instead of dogs, and then you took the sheep to the pub, but then you'd leave the pub with the wrong sheep because they all look the same. But then what if dogs just roam the countryside and you'd walk through a field? How fun would that be?
Listen, my mate's a farmer. He would beg to differ that all his sheep look the same.
Like, what is Katie up? That is the one thing that's been on her mind that she's contacted Radio 1 about. Imagine if there was dogs everywhere in a field. Thanks,
Can you
Katie.
imagine dogs as like sheep? Like, what would you do, like, if you were walking a sheep to the shop? Like, can you imagine if you saw someone just walking a sheep?
You know that one of my neighbours, when I moved house, I didn't know this, but one of my neighbours had a pet pig, right? And my dog's called
like a pig or a micro pig?
No, like a pig.
Like a real pig?
A real pig.
Like a real life-size pig?
Real life pig.
Wow.
Never seen it. But I had a dog called Pig, right? So every now and then, my door would go and I'd answer the door and there'd be kids being like, have you got a pig? And I'd go, I do have a pig. And I'd go and bring it and they'd go, that's a dog.
That's a dog.
And I'd be like, what are these kids on about? And a few days later it'd happen and someone would be like, can I see your pig? And I'd be like, yeah, here it is. And they'd be like, that's a dog. And then I found out that one of my neighbours did have a pig. So the kids were...
A real pig in the house.
Real pig, yeah. And then pig met pig once on a walk.
Pig met pig.
Yeah.
What did pig say to pig?
Not a lot. She wasn't bothered. She only cares
fair.
about tennis
You
balls.
like pigs, the real pigs saying to pig, you imposter.
You're not a pig.
You're not a pig.
You're not a pig. I'm a pig.
Just gets weird with us, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it just gets progressively. Everyone just, like, you're just scratching your head. Like, is anybody at home just scratching your head?
Yeah, loads of people are putting Radio 2 on. Hey, we're going to have a song now, and you wanted to pick an Arctic Monkeys song.
Yeah.
Can you see that screen with
Yeah,
all the
I
Arctic
can,
Monkeys
I
on?
can, I can,
What
I
do you
can,
want to
I
have
can.
on? It's basically...
Hey, I can see Annie Mac through the screen.
Hi, Annie Mac.
Hi, Annie Mac.
What do you want to go
Oh,
for? You
man.
can have any of them Arctic
Do you know
Monkeys.
what? Let's go for fluorescent adolescent. I think, like, do you know what I mean? I just think let's get grooving. Everybody in the United Kingdom, I want you to groove right now. This is the Arctic Monkeys on BBC Radio 1. I've wanted to do that all my life. Yeah!
Arctic Blooming Monkeys and Fluorescent Adolescent on Radio 1. Hi to Aya that's been on.
Aya?
Saying, Aya.
Hey, I knew that I'd get you. I proper knew that I'd get you.
Hi, Aya. She says, Youngblood and Grimmy are the type of friends that teachers would separate in class.
Absolutely.
True.
We were.
What were you like at school?
was
Producer
it?
Jenny just said in my ear, yes.
Yeah.
What were you like at school? Quiet?
What was I like? Yeah,
Shy?
I was quiet.
A wallflower?
A complete wallflower. Very introvert. Absolutely not. We would do this stupid thing. Like, do you remember like schoolboy stuff? Like you try and stick a glue stick to the ceiling. Do you know what I mean? I'd do stupid stuff like that, and like I remember
Or
that
wet tissue.
bro. Like I did get suspended for pulling a moonie to a teacher, and I was like. Just one day, you know, I'm like, if people egg me on, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. It's
A
like,
Mooney is a
you show
classic schoolboy
yeah, classic.
prank.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like, yo, I dare you to pull a moonie at Miss Hamill. I'm like, not gonna do it. I was like, go on, Dom, do it. Go on, Dom. I'm like, nah.
Never gonna do it.
It's like, do you want to do it? Moonied the teacher. Walks into the next class. The teacher walks in the room and goes, you know exactly who you are. Meet me outside. The deputy head. And I'm just like, all right, okay, this is not good. So I go into his office. He's like, we're suspending you for a week. But he's laughing while he's saying it to me.
You can't laugh.
He's like, we're suspending you for a week. I'll be calling you mother. I'm like, sure, you can't laugh at me. And then I walk out the classroom and my mum calls me. She's like, she's a 50-year-old woman. You mooney the teacher. I was like, Mum, I'm sorry. Then she took me for fish and chips afterwards. So it was
Did you
good.
learn your lesson?
Oh, I absolutely did learn my lesson.
Yeah, you should. Hey, what I will say is, and I wanted to ask this, when I was listening to your podcast, you talk about like growing up in Doncaster and you know, recognizing who you were and having an identity and being, you know, proud of who you were and vocal, and you are still like that, and your podcast is proof of that.
Completely.
Where did that come from? Like, how did you? Because you know, growing up, it's tough to know who you are and figure that out. Like, how did you know?
I think it was weird. I think because of not knowing. Like, I remember like one instance that kind of really made me get. I always work best when I got something to kick against, and something that gave me something to kick against. I remember when I went to school. It was on close day, and I wore nail varnish, and I had my mum straighten my hair. I literally remembered the smell of like my mum's hair protector or whatever when she put it on. And I wore nail varnish to school, and the teacher was like, in front of the whole class, boys don't wear nail varnish, and everyone laughed at me. And it proper felt like I'd missed a step. Do you know what I mean? When you feel like that feeling of anxiety. And it was kind of a couple scenarios like that happen quite frequently, like, and that's why like I'm such good pals like Bring Me the Horizon and that. Do you know what I mean? Because Ollie got me through that. Like I've been like me nail varnish and me hoodie and me skirt like on bus stop, like, oh, that like they are just so unapologetically themselves. I'm gonna be like that too. Do you know what I mean? I think like certain scenarios. So it's like if anyone is out there and you are struggling at school or you are like trying to figure things out, man, just be 100% yourself, tell the truth, because that's how you're going to find people who are going to be right for your life. You know what I mean? Because if you're hiding a part of yourself, then someone else is going to think you're a different person and maybe not treat you as you should be treated, you know?
Yeah, well, loads of people already have messaged saying that they listen to the podcast and already, you know, it's affected them in a positive way. Heard your podcast today, Youngblood. I really loved it. I'm a 21-year-old guy, and although I've not come out, hearing what you and Ashley said in the podcast really helped me on my journey of accepting myself, who I love. Keep it up.
Yeah, man, that's literally it, bruv. It's like with that idea of it, that's all Youngblood's about. 'Cause Youngblood ain't me. That's what I always say. It's like I haven't actually done anything. We have done everything. It's somewhere to belong and somewhere to exist, and it is what you make it, man. Do you know what I mean? Youngblood is what you make it, and I think that's it. And as long as like people are figuring out who they are, no matter what age, no matter what you like, as long as you're figuring it out, then I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a great podcast. If you've not heard it, go and listen to it, because you know, it's, as you say, it's a safe space to talk about everything and a place of togetherness and no judgment, and that's what we need now in 2020.
That is exactly what we need.
That's what we need. Hey, you've picked the next song right now.
I have.
Do you want to introduce it? And since you are a BBC Radio colleague, do you want to like do proper DJing and just like intro the whole
man,
thing?
Should we do it? Should we do it? Yeah. Just tell me when to go.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
All right.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a throwback number for everybody out there. This is New Radicals, and you get what you give. I hope you're having fun, and it's time to rock and roll. You ready? Oh no, I've missed it. Blah blah blah. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not what I'm doing.
That's how you do it.
Wake up, kids, we got the dreamers
Playing across the UK.
Can't forget, we only get one.
Yeah,
Yes,
cups of tea
Annie.
and bangers and mash. Let's go.
The choice of Youngblood this afternoon on BBC Radio 1.
I love that song, man.
Hey, that was a good shout, that.
Bro, I just felt it in my head. You know what I mean? I was just like, I just want a pair of Adidas and some like acid wash jeans.
A bucket hat. You need a bucket hat.
A bucket hat. New Radicals bucket hat.
I could never find a bucket hat big enough, me. Head's massive.
Bro,
Me too,
mine's
though.
pretty big as well.
We've all got big heads, really.
But you've
haven't
got
we?
beautiful curly hair, so
Yeah,
it's just like
that
you
kind of makes it even bigger.
definitely rocks it though. Do you know what I mean? Popping out.
Hey, it's so nice to see a new face in work.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. I walked in and I was like watching him. I was like, I'm watching a gig right now. I'm like, I'm splitting out the pit in the middle of like the office.
In the middle of the live
On
lounge.
my own.
I was saying it's mad that our last guest was on the 24th of March.
Yeah.
In here, and I was like, and I love that it's Youngblood who's in. It's Don that's in, and I was like, it's mad that just to see him near a desk.
Just see me screaming over New Radicals.
It's so nice. It's so nice, Dom, to see you.
Oh, dude, it's so
Yeah.
good to see you too, man.
Yeah, it's so nice to see a real life person.
A real live person.
Yeah.
Hey, Annie Mac, what did you do on a Thursday? What happened?
What happened? What did I do? A lot of Zooms, little trip to the park. Do you know what? You had a little run of music in your show earlier when I was driving to work, and I got a little bit just like existential, and I just really enjoyed the autumn and the leaves and all the colours on the trees. You know, sometimes you got to look up and look out.
Yeah.
And I just kind of turned the music up really loud and just really enjoyed the trees and the leaves and just thought about my existence.
Dude, innit? And no,
Well,
I'm
quite an
serious.
answer.
Do you know what? I walked out my house today and it was cold, and I'm like, yes.
I love when it's cold.
Do you like that bit?
But
The autumn.
I love the cold. I love the
Yeah.
cold, and I love the rain. And I like, before in lockdown, we were stuck in LA for so long, and I came home and it's summer, so I'm kind of like, I've been in the sun for 6 months now, like,
Yeah.
and I walked out. I literally remember the moment. I like walked out, and I had to turn around and put an hoodie on. I was like, Yes.
the best.
I'm all for it, me.
Dom, your hair is looking really autumnal, actually.
Dude, it's kind of, it's like, I think I'm just going to let it go from red to orange.
Yeah, that's what you need, because a lot of the leaves are very two-tone at the moment.
Just
I'm
vibing.
into it.
I just be like,
Leaf-based.
just see me in the park camouflaged.
Is it a tree or is it Youngblood?
It's in a tree.
Hey, you know the other thing that happened today, talking about autumn, my 3 new pairs of tracksuit bottoms arrived.
Oh, yes. We were talking
yeah.
about how Annie,
man.
on the show last night, we were talking about how Annie now has decided it's just trackies till next year.
Trackies till
It's just
January.
trackies till next year.
Do you know what? I never usually wore trackies, but I have got a lot of trackies. Usually I'm in jeans and like boots, but now I'm in trackies and
Do
trainers.
you watch telly in jeans?
Not now. I did a week ago.
He's
but
dedicated to his goth craft.
Bruv, innit, it's just like that emo crap.
He can't stop with the emo.
Just like watching telly in stripes.
Oh, they're hurts in these jeans,
Yeah.
but I'm emo.
The
gotta keep
proper
'em on.
tight, man.
No, but I imagine you in like a kilt. You know,
yeah,
like a nice
kilt.
kilt. And then you've got a bit more room
Oh,
to
my-
spread your legs and stuff.
Dude, it's terrible. The other night, my guitar player's from Scotland, and we'd had a couple of beers in the house, and he comes down in me kilt. My kilt. And he's in the fridge.
Maybe he
like-
was homesick.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. He's like stumbling about in the fridge. I'm like, have you got my kilt on? He's like, yeah, wait. I'm like, have you been in my room? He's like, yeah. I'm like, get out my kilt. Have you got underwear under that? Do you know what I mean?
Did he?
He did.
He
I would have killed
You
him.
can't wear as the old saying goes, you can't wear another man's kilt, Commando.
Coming downstairs at 2 a.m, your mate's kilt, looking for a bacon sandwich.
Leave it out. Hey, Annie, what's on your show tonight, please?
Okay, we got a big show. Dom's mates, Bring Me the Horizon,
Yeah.
are on the show.
Dude, it's like I've actually had a sneak peek of this song.
It's well good.
But when we were finishing Obey Off, Ollie was like, "Do you want to wear a little sneak peek at the
Yeah.
next song?" I was like, "Oh, this is better than ours."
Yeah. He said he reckons it's the most Bring Me the Horizon
Oh,
song
wow.
ever.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Do you know
I'm
what I
ready
mean?
for this.
I'm
I'm
ready
ready
for
for
as well.
So he's on straight after 6, and we've got a song from them called Teardrops, and then a big old chat with Arlo Parks after 7.
Oh, mega. Well, we're going to end today's show on your hottest record in the world from last night, which was new stuff from Easy Life. Annie Mac taking over at 6. Youngblood, thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, United Kingdom. Be safe. Love you. Ta-ra.